Welcome to the show, folks. I assume we're streaming by now. I assume it is all rolling. So I wanted to talk about politics, because why not? Let's just talk about it. Politics in Australia. So if you're not in Australia, you might find this a bit boring. Or not. I don't care whether you find it boring or not. It's another box of dogs.
Yeah, but I know what'll make you feel better.
Oh, no, not another box of dogs!
It's another box of dogs!
So I'm just going to try going live for a while and talk about this stuff because One Nation are the up-and-comers. That's why this little play on words that I thought was very clever for the title of this show, One Nation, Underdogs. It's kind of genius when you think about it. Anyway, so the One Nation Underdogs are up and coming, and I don't know that they really have a legitimate chance of getting in or not. We're going to have to wait until the election, but it seems they are definitely a threat to the establishment because the usual shills are coming out so hard against them, which I find fascinating and always fun. You know you're a threat when that kind of stuff is happening. So here's the thing about all this. You know how I feel about democracy. I'm not a fan of it. You know how I feel about voting. Women shouldn't do it. But then no one should do it. But since we can't seem to all get on board with any kind of action, and since people still insist on trying to vote our way out of this, then fuck it, I'm going for One Nation. I'm voting for One Nation. Their whole thing could completely fuck things up for me. You know, I'll look into it a little bit more. But at this point, I'm so sick of the left-right paradigm with Labor and Liberal in this country, and the usual Labor shills coming out and they're just attacking, and it's ridiculous. And all Pauline's really doing is offering solutions to problems. I saw a thing this morning. I'll see if I can find it. The current government's response. We have to upset the two-party political system. I know that this whole one nation, it's not an answer. It's not a good answer. It's not the answer we need. But currently, it's the answer we have. So I'm fucking voting for One Nation. I don't even care about their policies that much. I just want to upset the fucking current paradigm of the Labor Liberal. They have had a monopoly on this country for too long. We need to disrupt that. That's why I'm saying vote for One Nation. As far as their stance on immigration, they're probably not going to change anything. As far as their stance on the tobacco tax, they're probably not going to change anything. I don't really have any faith in them. But they will have to keep a couple of their promises. As far as immigration goes, we need immigration reform. That's been quite clear for some time. We need people who can build stuff, but we can't get those people. We need all sorts of things, but they're just bringing in people for the tech. They're bringing in more tech. They're bringing in more voters, whatnot. So we just need to, that needs to be looked at. I'm not even saying throw anyone out. I don't know enough about it to make those kind of judgments. But it does need to be, it needs to be like the current. If we keep going, the current Labor versus Liberal thing, it's just making everything worse. Because they just keep going down, they're pushing their same agendas down the same line. All they ever do is apply band-aids to things. They say they're trying to fix the housing. They've done some interesting things to try and fix the housing market, but no one's happy with it. No one's currently like, oh, whoopee, they fix it, because they won't fix it, because they can't fix it. Because all they can do is apply band-aids. So they will come in, they will say, look, we could go in, we could do the hard things for 4 years, but then after 4 years, because they've been doing the hard things, they will get voted out, and the next government will take credit for everything they've done. That's how the game's played. That's how it works. So, and the boomer interests and the landowning interests are not happy, and the housing owners are not happy, because they've tried to deflate the current housing bubble to stop it from bursting, which, good on them. But no one's happy with them at the moment, because but also we can't build, the developers can't develop. There's a serious problem with land developers in this country, because there are so many strictures on it, and there are not enough builders, and there are not enough labourers, and there are certainly enough people to do all those jobs. I'd really love to talk to Pauline and suggest a few things, just a few things I'd like to talk to her about, and just say, look, can you implement these? Because there are so many people out there that do want to work, want opportunities to do these things. It's just, it's become kind of a nightmare. Change the rules around what is it called when you go, apprenticeships. Change the rules around apprenticeships. Change the pay grade. Because back in the day, you used to do an apprenticeship, you still lived at home. You probably didn't have a car, so you didn't need a lot of money. So you did your apprenticeship, and then it was 4 years you started making the better money. That's not the case anymore. Times have changed, so things need to change with them. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I'm going to be talking about for a bit. I don't know how long I'm going to stream. I've got a few things to do today. I just wanted to come out here and do a stream, so I'm just going to do it. I got my first workout in yesterday. Got my first full workout in 3 weeks. So it feels good to have gotten that done. That RSV flu thing, I don't know what the hell it is, but it's vicious. It is nasty. Once I was no longer infectious, I would go to the gym and just try and get a workout in, and I would get like halfway through and just be a ball of sweat, feeling like death. It is not. If you do get the RSV flu thing that's going around, don't do anything for like 2 weeks. Just take 2 weeks where you don't do it, because I kept fucking up. I'd get like a week in, and I would have things that I had to do it later in the week, and so I would like focus on being well enough to go and do the things, the gigs that I had to do. And then I would go out and I'd be feeling okay, and I'd go out, do the gig, and stay out in the cold and do stupid shit. And the next day I was sick as a dog again. So I kind of extended it a bit. But speaking of flus, they are vaccinating the penguins. And good on them, you know. And I got to say, if you don't vaccinate your penguins, well, fuck you, basically. Vaccinate your penguins. I'm a liberal now. I'm going to be a liberal now from now on. But I'm going to be a liberal One Nation booster. I'm going to fucking, yeah, screw them up. So I got messages all of a sudden. Yeah, so okay, I'm a liberal now. People aren't gay enough. People need to be gayer. What else? Women should be the only ones to vote. I think we should vote by astrology. I think Hughes for president. I don't think he's up for it at the moment, mate. Yeah. I speak to him pretty regular. I spoke to him yesterday. We had a good long conversation. Yeah, I think he would refuse the position. It's worth a try, though. Steve Hughes for president. Or Dave Hughes for president. Any Hughes. Let's just get the Hughes party. We'll get Steve Hughes and Dave Hughes. Dave Hughesy Hughes. We'll get Hughesy. The Hughesy party. Yeah. Because Albo's a piece of shit. We'll call them the Hughes brothers. The Hughes brothers. They'll come out to the music, wear the suits, the hat. They're on a mission from God. What was I saying? People aren't gay enough, and they're not vaccinating their penguins. This is a travesty. You're killing my grandma. She's already dead, but you're killing her more again. Anyway, I'm gay and I'm voting for One Nation. What? I'm not gay and I'm still voting for One Nation. What? If you've got a child, if you've got a male child and he's still got his cock, you're out. All right, enough of this liberal faggotry bullshit. I was thinking of that earlier. I wanted to do a whole character where I just fucking... You haven't seen his thrash metal? Yeah, I've heard bits and pieces. I like his metal. He's good at it. But he needs to work with other people. Me and him, like... We were talking yesterday because he's got to move, and so I was saying, we'll come back to Melbourne, we'll get a place together, and we'll just work all the time. If we could get the right place where we could set up a drum kit, I could set up an amp, because I'm sick of playing, like, I love playing guitar, but until I can put it through until I can crank it, I can't really play properly. I gotta shut my phone up. But yeah, I think me and Steve making some thrash metal would be kind of cool. I like the idea of voting by astrology. You know? Why not? Some women put up a thing the other day. I saw a thing. I mean, it's Twitter, so you don't take it seriously. But it was very funny. They were all going like, "What's this fucking Clancy?" Well, let's dig into that a bit. This killer, what's her name? Clancy, some Clancy retard. And there's all these women. Clancy trial. There's all these women coming out and going, she's a Gemini. There's no way she killed her children. She's a Gemini. Which kind of should preclude them from jury duty at best. But they shouldn't vote. Like, if that's what you base your voting on. I mean, I like this guy's policies, but he's a Sagittarius, so I can't vote for him. Then you're retarded. And you shouldn't be allowed to vote. That shouldn't be even controversial. Oh my God. I don't even know anything about this case, but I know she, like, killed her children, strangled them to death, and there's all these women coming out and defending her because they're like, well, I wanted to kill my kids. I just didn't do it soon enough. This woman's like, you know, she's a progressive. She doesn't care. She's like, I'll kill him now. Okay, so this woman says... Here's something that really does annoy me. People make their opinions before the case without any evidence. It's just all feelings. I feel like she wouldn't have done that because she's a Gemini. Like, that's the stupidest shit. Yeah, vote for the Mickey Mouse Party. I'm not sure that One Nation can win. It'd be fucking interesting though if they did. But yeah, I'm just gonna vote for One Nation, just purely to, if there's a chance to cut through this left-right paradigm of Labor and Liberal, because they seriously have a monopoly on politics in this country, and they just make things worse and worse and worse and worse. So I'm throwing my hat in with One Nation. And again, I don't believe in voting. I don't believe we can vote our way out of this. I don't, you know, it'll probably be a Trump situation. And also, I just think it'd be great to have such a sexy leader. Someone that we can all masturbate to. Like when she's doing question time, I'll just be sitting there fucking cranking one out. Oh, come on, Pauline. Yes. Say, please explain again. Come on. There'll be cum all over my TV. I don't care. I want political change. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Because, well, look, let's dig into a few things anyway. Once again, I'm completely unprepared. I want to do this. I don't like preparing, all right? For anything, ever. I don't even like putting on pants, okay? So, I think the more I practice coming in here completely unprepared, I am still smoking, as you can see, but that will stop. I don't know, yeah. again, I don't think it'll really change much of anything. But her latest thing is to cut tobacco tax, cut the excise on tobacco, drop it by 75%, and put a freeze on indexing for 3 years. Again, this is a band-aid solution. Stop the indexing altogether. Take a 10%, like the whole scheme of like overcharging for tobacco has clearly not worked. I don't imagine there's a lot of people who quit smoking because it was too expensive. That's part of it. It's definitely part of it. My latest attempt to stop smoking has made me switch from rollies to these because they are simply, I can get through a pack and then have none and go for a while without some. So it kind of helps in a way, and I get a little longer each time without cigarettes. But it's, you know, yeah, that's not podcast friendly. You know something's bad if I say it's not. It's too bad for this podcast. I was gonna see if Harvey wanted to come on the podcast, but he's currently talking about. I'm not even going to say what he's talking about. He's a dark-minded fella, that boy. Anyway, I think we vote One Nation and me for Australia's Epstein. Yeah, the chewing gum, the gums and all those, the nicotine replacement. They gave us patches. When I was on the inside, they give you patches. And then if they turn up to replace your patch and your patch is off, which mine was one day, they just went, no more patches for you, because inside the Asians cut them up and turn them into cigarettes. They're very clever, those Asians. They soak the patches and then soak tea leaves, and then they dry out the tea leaves and they roll them up into cigarettes. Very clever. But so they're very restrictive on who can have patches and whatnot. But that was one of the best ways to quit smoking, honestly. Just get thrown in jail. It works every time. Okay, so this woman, and again, I don't know anything about this case, but I'm going to lose followers for this, but I don't care. 48 hours ago, I believed Lindsay Clancy killed her children. Then I started actually watching the trial. Now I have serious doubt, and the defense hasn't even begun. By every account, Lindsay adored her children. Even her anxiety centered around protecting them and fear of leaving them. She was struggling and asking for help, yet Patrick fired the nanny. Oh, it's the man's fault. Yeah, no, it's his fault. Patrick told his parents not to come just 2 days before the deaths, and he continued traveling while she deteriorated. Well, that would suggest that maybe she did it. You're not really making a great case here, darling. People have psychotic episodes and they do fucked up things. A lot. Then there are the questions I cannot ignore. So, like this, she's decided, this woman's decided that she can't have done it because the man is at fault. I mean, she strangled them, but really it was the dude's fault. Yeah, fucking Australia. It should be called fucking Australia. Oh, wait. Is that not? Australia. It should be called fucking Australia. Yeah. Absolutely. I've got them on there. Yep, that's all right. Everything in Australia should be fucking in front of it. Okay, then there are questions I cannot ignore. The computer searches people assumed were Lindsay's were Patrick's. Oh, you mean Lindsay wasn't into fetish porn? Okay, wow. Medications Lindsay had turned over to Patrick to dispose of were later found in her system. Medications stay in your system a long time. Her writings included fears of someone else harming her children. First responders testified about finding Patrick sitting on the couch despite 3 dying children. And now questions surrounding another woman, trips, hotels, the timeline. Okay, this fuck this. I don't care about this case. I don't fucking care. I'm not going to dig into it. Because who fucking cares? Oh, you're from fucking New Zealand. I don't know. I kind of liked Old Zealand. I thought Old Zealand had it going on. I'm not sure which one I went to, the old one or the new one. Oh no, when I was there, that what's her name was pregnant. What's her fucking like? What a that was disgusting in my opinion. Your supreme leader was pregnant and on cocaine. Here's something I responded to earlier that I thought was this is Jon Stewart is such a fucking shill. It's insane. These fuckers, they have to turn everything into like give up your guns. Everything has to be about giving up your guns. I know America has a gun violence problem, but it has a lot of problems. I think if America disarmed its populace, that would be very dangerous for everyone. I know we're disarmed essentially. Not completely. I know plenty of people that have got guns. But, yeah. I don't know. This is just kind of a miraculous thing, how he turns drag queen story time into you should give up your guns.
You want to ban drag show readings to children?
To minors, yes.
Why?
Why?
What are you protecting?
Why can we prohibit children from voting, those under 18 from voting?
Why are you banning?
Also that?
Is that free speech? Are you infringing on that performer's free speech?
They can continue to exercise their free speech, just not in front of a child.
Why?
Because the government does have a responsibility to protect.
I'm sorry?
The government does have a responsibility in certain instances to
What's
protect
the
children.
leading cause of death amongst children in this country? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not drag show readings to children.
Correct, yes.
So what is it?
I'm presuming you're going to say it's firearms.
No, I'm not going to say it like it's an opinion. That's what it is.
No, it's not. That's wrong. That's completely wrong.
It's firearms.
No, it's
more
not.
than cancer, more than car accidents. And what you're telling me is you don't mind infringing free speech to protect children from this amorphous thing that you think of. But when it comes to children that...
If you want to talk about the biggest killer of children, let's throw in abortion.
that have died, you don't give a flying fuck to stop that because that shall not be infringed. That is hypocrisy at its highest order.
Jon Stewart is such a fucking shill. And I'm not stating opinion on abortion, whether I'm pro or against. I'm just saying, let's not claim that guns are the biggest killers of children. I have noticed our country looks like a kangaroo's head. It looks like a very fucked up kangaroo's head. Yes. Your country does look like... You would think the fact that your country looks like a half-eaten pork chop and a bit of bacon would keep the Muslims away. And the Jews. We can't live on this bacon. I was watching a thing about Levian Satanism last night. I call it Oivayan Satanism. Yeah, so
You want to ban
so my
drag
response
show
is, so he's
readings.
saying the government are encouraging people to shoot kids? Like, that's the comparison he's making. It's a very weird... it's a very weird... Like, I don't think the government are actually... He's saying the focus is on protecting children, but not actually protecting them from one of the things that kills them. You can't... Like, there is a difference between protecting... fuck. I can't... That's not what he's saying. He's saying give up your guns. The government allows it by having god-awful gun control laws. Okay. Well, you have a constitution for a reason. Your gun control laws aren't really the problem. I think most of the shootings that are done in America are done with illegal firearms. If you want the government to control the black market, I mean, that's what they... This is why people give over their safety, and they give up their security and they give up their freedoms, because... Yeah. Anyway, let's not get into that. Someone kept them away in the mosque, kept 50 of them away. Yeah. That guy did good work. I disavow shooting people in mosques. Shooting people anywhere, really. Fucking America's the biggest... Fuck's sake. So their answer... Hang on, let's just go back to this for a minute. I just want to dig into this, and it's going to take me a minute, because once again, I'm not prepared. This is all off the top of the dome, basically. The government allows it by having god-awful gun control wars. So you're saying that America should continue to arm the rest of the world, but not have them at home, because that's what's going on. America is the biggest weapons exporter, the biggest by far, the biggest drug exporter, the biggest human traffickers, the biggest drug traffickers, the biggest arms traffickers in the world. So let your own people have some guns. Let's not be hypocrites. Anyway. Let's get into this One Nation thing. The One Nation went undercover again to another protest, this time in Sydney, to the School Kids Against Hanson rally, organised by the Socialists. This time the violence was turned up. The threats increased, and the tolerant left seemed to have lost their tolerance. I find this kind of funny that it's like School Kids Against Hanson. For one, who gives a fuck what a bunch of school kids think about the political process? Why is it even relevant? I don't understand that, for one. Two, it's like, I think it was probably organised by the teachers. I don't think this was an organic uprising of school kids. I think this was much more likely... Oh my God. Now there's a future leader of Australia. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I really don't care what your fucking opinion is on anything when you go out into the world looking like... I'm sorry. I'm not against you going out into the world looking like that. Like, I don't care. Like, do what you want. Live your best life. Have fun. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. But I'm not listening to your fucking opinions on politics when you dress like a clown. And you're wearing a Zoran Momdani t-shirt. She kind of tells us everything. Anyway, let's listen. And again, I hate social media. This is all going to be clipped. This is all going to be edited to make it look like the narrative they want. But let's check it out.
I'm at the students' protest against Pauline Hanson. Let's hear what they have to say.
Do you guys, what would you do if Pauline Hanson were here today?
I'm not. I would fucking. I'd shoot her. I would fucking hit her.
Shoot her.
It's like, fill the fuck up!
Kill her.
Boo, boo, boo.
Remember in 1984, they had the minute of hate or whatever it is? That's what this reminds. It's like, just go out and hate this person. These are not well-formed opinions by people who have lived in the world long enough to have formed proper opinions. These are all hand-me-down opinions. And they got a day off school and all they have to do is yell against Pauline Hanson. So they got a day out. Undoubtedly organised by the teachers.
Aston, do you believe that Pauline Hanson is a fascist?
Oh, well, 100%.
What do you think the punishment for that fascism should be?
I'll bring back the guillotine, I think.
Perfect. No, that's perfect. Bring back the guillotine. So the French Revolution for fascists, and they don't understand what a fascist is. Once again, this is buzzwords. So they're engaging in buzzwordery. So so they'll be also calling her a racist and a homophobe because they've got nothing. Anyone that engages in that, calling someone a racist or a homophobe or a fascist, you've got no arguments. You're just jumping on.
Guillotine? Isn't that a bit ironic?
Yeah.
That she's a fascist, but you're the one who wants to kill your political enemies?
Yeah, definitely. That was definitely ironic.
Well pointed out, kid.
So would that make you a fascist?
Possibly.
Were you encouraged by your teachers or anyone to skip school today to come to the protest?
Listen, okay, not in a legal sense. They didn't directly encourage it, but they did not discourage it. Oh no.
Oh, dude. No, this kid is the future of the Greens party. This is a future Greens leader. He dodged that question quite well. He's got a few things to learn. He didn't dodge it well enough.
Oh, you're sick. God, it's so unfortunate. The whole class is unwell. No class today.
But they were happy for you to go?
Oh, very much. I got a lovely note from my music teacher saying, "Oh, thank you. I'm assuming everyone who's not here is at the protest. Love you guys, and work extra hard for me."
Yeah, I came out here. It was pretty fun.
So you're just here to skip school?
Yeah, I guess.
There we have it. Build the forces of socialism. Fantastic. Good stuff. Build the forces of socialism. Yeah, let's hand everything to the government. That's what socialism, Marxism, all those things. They're like, let's just hand everything over to the government. They're doing such a bang-up job now. We'll just hand everything to the government. That's amazing. Okay, so this is a bit of a genius move from Pauline. Hang on, we'll read this. Because she is actually coming out and saying, well, this is a problem, that's a problem. Like, let's address the problems, which is way more than any of the other political parties are doing. So let's read One Nation's media release. One Nation to cut tobacco tax to smash organised crime. This is very racist, by the way. This is very racist. Because most of the people who run the illegal tobacco shops, pretty new to Australia. Let's just say that. So this is incredibly racist. 18 August 2026. Australia's tobacco excise policy has failed and is now underwriting organised crime. One nation will cut tobacco excise by exercise. I hate tobacco exercise. Excise by 75%. Pause indexation for 3 years and pair the cut with tougher action against organised crime. I mean, that just allows them to kick it all up again in 3 years' time. There's more band-aids. Anyway. Why not just come out and say no indexing ever? We're gonna cut indexing, put 10% on it. I'll even give you 15%. You're still taking 25%. You're gonna the economics of this is quite brilliant, because if they cut the price by 75%, people will go back to buying legal tobacco. So you get 4 times the customers, so you're making the same money. So the government really would not be taking a hit with this at all. Maybe not 4 times the customers. And certainly the illegal tobacco places would have to drop their prices. It's a competitive market once the market's there. I mean, there is another way you could get rid of these things, by enforcing actual laws, but you won't do that, because that's the kind of thing that would make people go, F this, we're going to respond. So anyway, One Nation leader, Senator Pauline Hanson, said Australians were sick of criminal gangs terrorising their communities and getting rich while the Albanese government pretends their policy is still working. People are sick of firebombing, shooting, extortion and killings. They are sick of watching tobacco shops burn while organised crime takes control of the market. Victoria Police say there have been 193 tobacco arsons and 6 homicides directly attributed to the trade. Innocent victims have been killed by arsonists who attacked the wrong home. This is not a victimless crime. Labor's policy is failing. ABS estimates show illicit sources supplied 80% of nicotine consumed in 2025, while total consumption rose almost 40% between 2017 and 2025. So there you go. So they're not even taking the full hit. They're gaining 5%. So ultimately, if they pulled this off, they would gain 5% in taxes. So the tax revenue would go up. Like that. Okay, so drop it. All right, Pauline. Drop the fucking excise by 80%. You're fucking... You don't economize this fucking... Like, if you're legit... If illicit sources supplied 80%... And you're proposing a 75% decrease, and to wipe out the illegal tobacco trade, then this is just another slick routine. Like, do your fucking job, for fuck's sake. We're one of the most overtaxed countries in the world. We are taxed on everything. We're taxed at... It's nuts. Anyway, legal tobacco is being replaced by black market cigarettes. Excise in a packet of 20 is now about $30.60 and is scheduled to rise again in September. Legal cigarettes are too expensive to buy. Like, when you're out, you can't find an illegal tobacco shop. and you have to buy. It's painful to buy them, but you will drive to wherever to buy illegal cigarettes. Hey, Sandy, how are ya? Excise revenue is in free fall, dropping from 12.6 billion in 2022-23 to an estimated 4.1 billion in 25-26 and 3.6 billion this financial year. Labor has not only lost the revenue, it has lost control of the black market in illegal tobacco. Every budget prediction they have made on excise has been wrong, wrong, wrong. That's very wrong. She said it 3 times. One Nation will cut excise by 75% and pause indexation for 3 years. Pass through in full. A $46.50 legal pack would fall to about $21 or $22. Okay, well, the illegal trade will still keep going. I would still rather only pay $15 or $16 if I pay on card. So this is the other thing that's happening with all of the illegal trades, and there are many of them. There are laws about surcharging. I know this because that was the business I was in. You can get these massive fines for surcharging too much. You're not supposed to make money on top of what you're making by adding extra surcharge. But people are openly just simply adding, and the way they get around it is they say, well, it's $15 for cash because we give you a discount for cash. It's a little technicality that they get around. But these are more laws that they could use to shut this whole thing down. It's fucking nuts. But yeah, I would much rather, when I'm out and I have to buy a pack of fucking legal cigarettes, I would much rather only pay $20 for a pack of cigarettes. I mean, if a pack of fucking Champion Ruby went back to $50, that'd be fucking great. But I won't hold my breath. I can't afford to because I'm a smoker. All right. Senate inquiry evidence put illicit packs at roughly $12 to $25. Our plan makes legal tobacco competitive and attacks the gang's extraordinary profit margin. You're never going to be able to attack they'll just get competitive as well. And if your plan is to drop a pack from $46.50 to $21 or $22, that's not going to compete. That is not how competition works. A Senate inquiry. Like, what the fuck is a Senate inquiry that evidence puts at $12 to $25? Dude, if you're paying $25 for an illegal pack of cigarettes, you're just plain being ripped off. I kind of want to go into the illegal tobacco trade, to be honest. I want to do something illegal. Illegal's good business. Best business I've ever been in was illegal business. No taxes. It's cool. You use all your own product. It's great. There's nothing better than illegal business. The cut will be matched with stronger border enforcement, faster shop closures, tougher penalties for traffickers and attack organisers, and aggressive seizure of criminal assets and unexplained wealth. Well, I don't like that. Unexplained wealth? You're coming for my unexplained wealth? Get your fucking hands off my unexplained... I don't have to explain anything to you, Pauline. We do not blame Australians under cost of living pressure for stretching their budgets. We blame a government that kept doubling down while organised crime built a multi-billion-dollar market. but they built it. This is not about encouraging smoking. It is about restoring the rule of law and breaking the black market. Labor handed this market to organised crime. One Nation will take it back. They've clearly handed it to organised crime. Like, it is... It's incredibly ridiculous that they're... They could be going around closing these illegal tobacco shops left, right, and centre, but they simply don't. And again, it's a balancing act. Like, law and order is a balancing act. So, you know, it's like if they do this, they need to match the cigarette price, and pausing for 3 years. Like, so this is just this is more. Still, I'll vote for One Nation simply to fucking upset the Labor Liberal paradigm. Like, because that's really all I give a shit about. And if she would do these things, yeah, whatever. I don't believe she will. It's the kind of thing they'll get in and they'll say, I know we said 75%, but we decided 50% instead. And they'll start closing all the places, and then we'll be fucked again. Once again, we'll be the ones that get fucked in this. I don't know. I still can only really actually advocate for violent revolution. But if we do have to vote, I'll fucking vote. But, you know, there's people saying, I'm going to vote for the legalized weed party. Why? Why don't you just shove your ballot up your butthole? That would probably do more good. Anyway. That's kind of, I don't know, I think that's about all I had to say on that. Go over to, this is it. This is the one. Astrology fans claim Leo Lindsay Clancy couldn't kill her kids. Leos don't kill. What a great world to live in. Let's see. Let's just do a quick search. Hang on. Astrological Leos. Yes, that is what I meant. Thanks, Google. Right. Okay, so here we go. Leos don't kill. Famous Leos. Barack Obama. I rest my fucking case. Jesus Christ, these people are fucking morons. Napoleon Bonaparte was a Leo. Barack Obama was a Leo. Louis Vuitton. We all know how many Jews he killed. Alexei Nikolaevich. I don't know what he got up to, but it doesn't sound good. Fidel Castro. Need we go on? Leos don't kill. What is wrong with these people? How are they allowed out of the house? I bet this is how it came out. Leos don't kill. Leos don't kill though. Enid Blyton, famous mass murderer Enid Blyton, is a Leo. Benito Mussolini, Bill Clinton, Dua Lipa, my God. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I've seen him kill aliens, for fuck's sake. A predator. Don't kill, come on. This is insane. Erwin Schrödinger, enemy of cats everywhere. That guy both killed and didn't kill, so... Amelia Earhart killed herself. George Soros. Dude, that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen, though. Astrology fans claim Leo, they don't use punctuation very well. Astrology fans claim Leo, Lindsay Clancy, couldn't kill her kids. This is just so good. Everyone is just dunking on these stupid bitches.
Okay, check this out. It's really crazy. Lindsay Clancy's birth chart.
Why do you put... Oh.
It's so crazy.
I hate these people that put...
Really,
let's put the video on and make it really, really, really quiet.
I need the birth time. So not all of these aspects are necessarily true, because all those points, we don't really know. I just... Okay, check this out. It's really crazy. Lindsay Clancy's birth chart. It's so crazy. Now, I don't have the time of birth, so really, you can disregard the ascendant, descendant, IC, MC, vertex, and all the houses. I need the birth time.
I love these fucking comments are gold. Just people taking the piss. You know, we don't need to hear this dumb bitch's fucking opinion on anything ever. You, ma'am, are a dumb bitch. Okay. Leos don't kill, Geminis do. Oh, he's a Gemini? Jail for him, that's all I need to know. Moon at 22 degrees, kill or be killed degree. The fact her trial is during Lionsgate means things are turning in her favour. Oh, she's a Leo? Oh, she loved those babies and very protective. Oh, these are gold. Look at the forensic astrology. For the event, It's Wild basically states that he did it and drugged her. And her lawyer being an Aquarius, exactly what she needed. I did Patrick and he has a Gemini stellium. And if you place his birth time at 6 a.m., it's in the 12th. I will not stop shouting about this. He could be an 8th house stellium. Some of these, like, I can't tell. So many of these comments are obviously being facetious, but some of them are being very serious. I have a friend that's into all this stuff, and he's just like, he is insane with it, and he's very, very gay. I don't know if either of those things relate to each other, but I feel like they do. Oh my God. I don't even know what a stellium is. I don't want to know what a fucking stellium is.
One here just to say that I've been following this Lindsay Clancy trial, especially as a mother of two who dealt with a lot of postpartum mental illness. And
yes, I can tell you have dealt with a lot of mental illness. Let's not inflict it upon the watchers of this show, shall we? Oh god, it's all the same video. So one video is gaining traction because she's just completely insane. Alright. Astrology is racism for white women. That's pretty good. Dude, this is just the nuttiest thing ever. Men, stop having babies with crazies. Well, that's impossible. If you stopped having babies with crazy women, there would be no more babies. That's just facts. Especially these days. It's time to ban TikTok. There are too many broken brains. AWFLs. I don't know what an AWFL is. There's a thing we have in Australia that's called, we have AFL. The Australian Football League. And there's the Women's AFL, which should be the WAFL. But that would spell waffle. So we can't have that. He did it. He's a Gemini. His birthday's June 15th. He's definitely guilty. Imagine the world. This is... It talks about this in the Bible. If you go against God, your punishment will be... If a nation turns against God, your punishment will be that you will be ruled by women and children. Imagine going into court for something you didn't do. And they're like, oh my God, you're a Cancer? Guilty. You have been found guilty of being a Cancer. Forensic astrologer. That's not a real thing. That is not a real thing. I'm a forensic astrologer. Yeah, that's what I do. Oh dear Lord. This is great. Like and subscribe, by the way, if you're watching for the first time. Please do like. Oh, you don't even have to like, but just subscribe. Remember the subscribey thing. Do the subscribey thing. This is hilarious. This is just... I wish I'd thought of that, to be honest. That's kind of... That is... That is one of the greatest... Leos don't kill. Who else have we got? Look, Barack Obama, Napoleon Bonaparte. Pretty sure he killed a few people. Marie Louise Parker. Most prolific serial killer of our time. Enid Blyton. Responsible for the deaths of millions. Fidel Castro. Well, he never did nothing. Benito Mussolini. Well, he was just a good man. Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Oh! A Leo blew another Leo? That's like incest. James Hetfield. Hulk Hogan. These are all famous Leos. Maureen McCormick. I don't know who she is, but she looks like she's killed about 4 million Jews. Robert Plant. Arthur Balfour. Arthur Balfour's a Leo. That motherfucker is responsible for the death of at least 1 million Palestinians. Fuck you, Arthur Balfour. Alright, I'm going to see if I can find this other clip. What time is it? 11. Alright. I watched it on YouTube earlier. Let me see. Oh, The Wire. I might have a look at The Wire. I love The Wire. The S2 Underground is kind of my favourite. One of my favourite fucking... Yeah, here we go. This is kind of amazing. It's kind of this is really amazing because these people just have no response to this. So Pauline has found something. They just have they can't respond to this. They can't even come out now, like Labor or Liberal can't come out now and go, oh no, we're going to do that. We're going to cut the excise and take on the criminal gangs. And fuck you if you do. I want cheap cigarettes.
The tobacco tax debate is gaining traction this morning. Economists and the coalition echoing support for the excise cut. Joining us to discuss today's headlines, we have Minister for Aged Care and Seniors, Sam Ray, and Nationals leader, Matt Canavan. Sam, starting with you, we've got leading economist Chris Richardson now agreeing that Pauline Hanson's proposal has some serious merit, and he's gone on to say that your party's excise policy is epic disaster territory. Is it time for a rethink from your mob?
Tom, we don't want to get into a bidding war on tobacco prices between big tobacco and organised crime. Now, state governments are working through the law.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't want to get in between big tobacco and organised crime. Let them do their thing. No, we don't. Tom, I mean, we don't want to get killed.
Law and order issues that are very real here. And of course, the federal government's supporting that through our illicit tobacco task force. But if we make tobacco dirt cheap, it's going to be harder for people to quit.
That's the worst fucking excuse I've ever heard.
And it's going to be easier for young people to start. These are real challenges, real public policy challenges.
Isn't the argument, though, that
complex work to make it work effectively?
The cost has never cost. I would love to know the amount of people who have actually quit because of the cost of smoking. The cost is part of the reason I want to quit smoking, but it's not the only reason I want to quit smoking. If I didn't want to quit smoking, I wouldn't quit smoking. The cost is a pain in the ass. You know, heroin was expensive when I used to do heroin. Didn't stop me.
People can get cheap tobacco as it is with the current system because the law and order approach is not working. So you do need to rethink this.
You know what a bag of cocaine costs? $300 to $350. Don't ask me how I know.
Well, again, I think we do need to work through these law and order challenges.
I've just heard through a Senate inquiry.
Different state governments taking different approaches and sharing information, learning from each other, and the federal government's illicit tobacco task force is supporting that. Let's work through that law and order challenge without giving either big tobacco or organised criminals a free kick here.
So Matt, you've said that you support slashing the excise rate, but think that One Nation's proposal is a bit of a thought bubble. What do you mean by that?
Shout out to Ryder 741.
Well, look, about the only people now who don't think there should be change is the government. So they've got their head in the sand here. The task force Sam mentioned was set up a couple of years ago, and things have gotten a lot worse since then. So we've got to change things. Like, we cannot keep letting organised crime have this massive income stream and see the firebombing of small businesses all around our country. Yes, we should massively slash excise. We've been doing a lot of work on what that rate should be. And in terms of One Nation, the problem here is just 2 months ago at the National Press Club in a major address, Senator Hanson said she wanted the rate to be cut by 50%, and then the other day, obviously, it was up to 75%. When we announce our policy, it'll be properly costed, it'll be collaborative across all the law enforcement, the industry, small businesses, and it will be consistent. We'll stick to a plan and get this done. But yes, of course, that things have to change. Like, we cannot keep going down this path, and I'm not sure what the government's answer is.
Moving along now, $4 million of taxpayer money. That's how much Anthony Albanese spent on flights last financial year, according to the Independent Parliamentary Expenses Authority. Matt, fair enough for the PM, or really maybe going a bit over the top?
No, look, I think it is fair enough for our Prime Minister and ministers to be engaging overseas. It does cost money to do that, of course. I'm not particularly concerned about this headline. I'm much more concerned about the $150 million that Chris Bowen is wasting on this ridiculous Pacific Climate Change Conference. It's a...
Hey, $4 million in flights. I spend that on a weekend.
Second prize for Chris. It was a booby prize because he didn't win the overall gong of hosting the climate conference, and so he's spending $150 million of taxpayer dollars on five-star hotels, ridiculous invites to world leaders that no one has taken up. That's a much bigger waste of money that we don't need to spend. Yes, this travel costs, but of course,
$150 on hotels, $150 million on hotels. Well, nice hotels, I hope.
Our Prime Minister, our Foreign Minister, our Defence Minister needs to be travelling overseas.
I could start an Airbnb. You can sleep in my box for $150 million.
To push Australia's interests.
All right, well, finally, Manly has been named the best beach in the South Pacific and 9th in the world. Bondi came in number 2 with the...
That's because all the Jews got shot. That downgraded Bondi. That sucks for Bondi. I've always said, if you want nice beaches, don't shoot Jews.
Traveller's Choice Awards. Not sure about this. I reckon a Sydney sider has been doing the judgment if we've got 2 of their suburban beaches taking out the top gongs. I lean sort of towards Victoria, around Torquay Way, Cozy
Way
Corner.
too
There's a
cold.
nice...
Frankston. The sewage outlets down there. Mwah. St Kilda. You can get free syringes off the beach.
Spot. Well, ice baths are all the rage at the moment, so why not do it for free?
Right.
Perfect down there. Sam, what's your pick?
Tom, I reckon we got the numbers here. The Victorian beaches are the best in Australia. We've got the best beaches in the world, let's be honest. We've got a good set of choices.
Who wants to put on a wetsuit? Such a hassle.
There's nothing like getting in the water at dawn with a couple of albatrosses on the beach to let you know you're alive.
You know you're alive when the water's -7. Matt, what's the pick your way?
Well, I'm reluctant to mention it because I don't want everyone else to come there, but Farnborough Beach, any beach on the Capricorn coast is beautiful, but there's so much wide open spaces, not many people, maybe a few crocs and stingers, but they're just friendly in North Queensland.
All right, well, we'll let you go. I know, Matt, you said that you've got to get to the Polly's soccer game at Shirts versus Skins, I think you said.
I won't be Skins in Canberra morning, definitely not.
We're both shirts, Tom. We're both shirts.
Thank God for that. All right, good to see you both.
Thanks, Tom. Right. I don't know if I can just play The Wire.
This is The Wire for 2300 Zulu, August 18th, 2026. Precedence is routine, information cutoff is 2200. Bottom line up front. Kinetic targeting continues within the Middle East as Houthis launch missiles toward Dubai. Tongan crypt threat remains a significant in Salt Lake City. Beginning with international events in the Middle East, Iran struck 2 more ships in the Strait of Hormuz last night, continuing the trend of the past couple of weeks.
The thing that always impresses me about all of this stuff is just how much we really don't care that much anymore. How much, like, when this all took off, it was like, oh, well, this is terrible. After a while, like, we really do just roll with it, Has anyone cared about the Ukraine war? A while ago, I was doing comedy and a guy went, "Free Palestine," during his set, and I was like, yeah, right on. And so when I got up, I went, yeah. I pointed to the guy and went, yeah, free Palestine, man. And he was like, yeah. And he was the only one in the crowd. Everyone else in the crowd was like, yeah, we don't give a shit anymore. I know a few people out there that are still like posting stuff about Palestine, whatever. People just don't give a shit anymore. I think there's just too much crap in the water now for us to give a shit about anything for longer than 2 minutes. Which is, as our attention spans deteriorate. I'm all for it. I'm all for the deterioration of attention spans.
This morning, the UK MTO retroactively admitted to a merchant vessel being struck on August 15th, with the ship sustaining damage and 1 crew casualty.
Anyway, I can't just play his video. That would be wrong somehow. S2 Underground on YouTube. Check him out. It's really good. He just does these breakdowns every day of what's going on in the world. I love the channel. He's brilliant. He also has a... he's developed some kind of... I'm not exactly sure what it is, how it works, but it's basically the internet over radio. So if things do break down completely, we can still communicate important information. I think it's kind of brilliant. I'm going to look into... I want to look into like how that all works. It's essentially shortwave radio, I believe. I don't much like doing like planning for the end of the world. People have been planning for it for so long and it just never happens. It's one of those things. I'll deal with it when it happens. But anyway, in the meantime, what's this? Technically they are. We label places where a majority children spend a majority of their time as gun-free zones, encouraging people to go there. What? Technically they are. We label places. So my response was, so he's saying the government are encouraging people to shoot kids. And this guy's saying, technically they are. We label places where a majority of children spend a majority of their time as gun-free zones, encouraging people to go there. I understand what he's saying, but yeah, I don't think I can really agree with that as such. Okay, put some guns in the gun-free zones. That's clearly the answer. Machine gun turrets. Who we got? I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry, guys. Mersh. I haven't watched Mersh for quite a while. The pigs all have the same fucking dad. They all look alike. What the fuck? Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, wait. Wait, this is gold. Fire under... He sets fire under the truck. Check this shit out.
Get on the ground now.
Guy just got tased. Fire! Fire at the gas station.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Wait,
yeah, get the fuck out of there.
I know. Dude, it's hot. Shit. You're a fucking dick.
Yeah, you might
It's on fire. You guys need to move back.
Man, oh, I hope it blows up. I hope it blows up. Oh, man. That's gold. I want to watch that again.
Get on the ground now.
Guy just got tased.
He sets fire under the truck. That's
Fire!
cool.
Fire at the gas station.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Yep,
Wait,
move back.
Like a bird's all over. I know. Dude, it's hot. You're a fucking dick.
It's on fire. You guys need to move back.
Ma'am, calm down. I'll tase the fire shortly. That's gold. Oh man, that's
Guy just got tased.
The pigs all have the same fucking dad. They all look alike. What the fuck? They do all look alike. There is a certain... there's certain truths to physiognomy. Physiognomy is a fascinating science. And it is a science. They call it a pseudoscience now because they don't want us noticing certain things. But yeah, it is absolutely a science. And it's fascinating that all around the world, people just started studying this stuff because people started noticing that certain people who look a certain way. Remember before we knew what a pedophile looked like? And then Jared from Subway got busted and we all went, yeah, that's a pedophile. We all just recognized that, like, yeah, that's what a pedophile looks like. That's pretty much your standard pedophile right there. All right. Julian, I like Julian Dore. He says some interesting stuff. You have to go in and demand to speak to the owner of the store and ask if he is being paid for those cameras. Most gun stores are run by conservative pig worshippers. Yes, most gun store owners are also fags that love getting fucked in the asshole.
And we've also been living in a country to where since COVID, we've seen like a lot of the conversation about people having the ability to practice their Second Amendment freely has obviously become even like a left and right thing in many, not in all cases, but in many cases, it's something that people are like, all right, that's kind of important because we saw the government take too much power. But do you see that link right there? A flock at the gun range? I have seen tens of these this week of flock cameras being set up right outside gun ranges to be able to monitor all the license plates of people who are rolling into gun ranges and who's buying guns, who owns them, where they could be going, track their motions. So I don't know, Joey D, if maybe I'm playing this out too far, we can get your very, very astute legal mind on this. But if I were looking at this for like the future of a government taking power to potentially be able to take away the Second Amendment, it would probably start with having good data on all the people who are openly practicing said Second Amendment and all their movements and where they're going and what they own and what they're shooting at all times, so that maybe I could fucking, I don't know, hack into their life and take it away.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds about right. All right, let's play this video real quick. So this is over 100,000 of these cameras, tens of billions of scans a month. Officers already caught abusing it. We talked about that. They don't need your consent. They just need you to keep driving past them. And here's what this young lady found.
So I decided to go to the gun range today, you know, like an American. And tell me why there are flock cameras pointing into the entrance of the parking lot. Not the street, into the entrance so they can read every license plate that comes in here. Yeah, no, I love this. I love this. I'm sure there's no ulterior motive behind this either.
By the way, I'm going to just quickly zip through my thing. The flock camera thing, I've talked about it before. And I just want... I don't know why this thing keeps doing, like, why X keeps, like, essentially hiding my, a lot of my streams. They just hide a lot of my streams. I don't know why they do that, but they do. We'll see if they do it again. People were worshipping Elon on Facebook, going, oh, I think he bought it for free speech and all this. Like, people who worship, like, I like Elon Musk, okay? I don't, you know, but I have some problems with what he does. I admire Elon, but I don't worship him. And I think it's fascinating. The people who do worship him, I think they would have loved Stalin. That's my opinion on that. But anyway, I clipped this from Sam Hyde the other day and posted it on X. Do not, under any circumstances, ever do this to a flock camera.
Check. Today I have an experiment to do. I think we're going to find out what happened when you use the world's most powerful laser pointer and give the camera superpowers.
Do not, under any circumstances, ever do this to a flock camera or any kind of security camera.
It's Bruce Banner giving the camera superpowers.
That's a powerful laser.
Yo.
What the fuck?
Oh, and it's dead.
What the fuck? Uh-oh. We can heal this with laser tech. We're going to use the laser to make the most powerful camera in the world. I think that's pretty cool.
So yeah, whatever you do, let's just have a quick look around here. By most powerful laser pointer. Do not do this. Yeah, look. Aussie Care Pro, $148, Blazemaster tactical laser torch, high power. I don't know if that's the one you want, or wouldn't want, rather. Like, don't, whatever you do, don't. 7 watts. Okay, 445 nm. Look, whatever you do, don't, I mean, this one's a little expensive, but it's bright blue. Don't go to this website, Sanwu Lasers, and buy a laser pointer and point it at security cameras. Just don't do that. Don't go to that. That one's a little expensive for, you know. Okay. Sanwu Lasers, they claim they have the most. Don't go, whatever you do, don't go to the Sanwu Laser website and buy the world's strongest laser pointers for any reason. If you do, for whatever, maybe you're taking DMT and you want to see the numbers behind the... Alright, let's see what Amazon... Like, don't do this. Look, this one's $89.99 and you can save 5%. I don't know what that is in Australian, but yeah, don't go to Amazon and buy a laser pointer and start pointing them at flock cameras. And I've heard the green ones are particularly disruptive to these cameras, so don't get a green one. But he was using a blue one. Just don't, whatever you do, don't go on to Amazon and buy one of these. Quite cheap, actually, $35. I assume the less powerful one's probably not going to... So maybe, you know, if you are going to do it with a low-powered laser, so you know... But no, don't do this at all. Do not go onto Amazon and buy laser pointers to disrupt security cameras, whatever you do. Also, don't buy these balaclavas. Like, don't, you know, if you're gonna, just don't package them together. You don't want to get a balaclava. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll start a store and I'll sell balaclavas, laser pointers, and angle grinders. Because really, taking out the camera on the flock thing, they collect so much information, it's really a little bit pointless just taking out the camera. So you don't want to just, you know... You really... Like, but no, don't... What I'm saying is, do not get an angle grinder and start cutting down security cameras and, you know, destroying flock cameras. That's not cool, man. Not cool. Okay, that's my community service announcement for the day. I need to go and eat breakfast, so I'm going to bounce, and I might pop back in a little while after I've done stuff. Let's just... Oh, this was fun. This was fun just before we go. No, I'm not going to play Kanye again. I get blocked instantly for playing Kanye. This is fun. In India, they attacked an electrical transformer because a cow died from electrocution. I always assume with these things that there's actually a lot more to the story, that it's actually something else, and the internet's just doing their thing and having a bit of fun with it. But then again, maybe that's exactly what happened. Anyway.